Alright, now we're going to take a look at some of Yazdani's main underhook attacks, which is knee pick / ankle pick sometimes, depending on what the opponent does. Here we see him get his underhook off of an attack being pulled up, and he's going to drop his opposite hand, the one opposite his underhook, attack an opponent's knee, underhook hand, shifting weight across as this hand blocks, and we see the opponent's body go outside of the block, and that's just about what it takes to have a successful knee pick. Opponent turns away as to not give up 4 as he goes down. Alright, so really the things that are most common in this knee pick is using your underhook to shift their weight across, and then using your opposite hand to block something on the far side. And I really think it's just about as simple as that. And then obviously running your feet in a direction that will shift their weight off balance. Most of the time it is taking their body kind of sideways over their knee. Sometimes it is backwards behind their knee, more like a last double type thing. Right here we're going to see kind of a little adjustment he does on his knee pick here. Again, gets his hook, and we see the initial things pretty similar, trying to shift weight outside with the knee blocked. As he runs, the opponent kind of starts to, so we see obviously this is not great position for a post. We'll kind of see the opponent start to open up their hips to try and get something likely over in this direction, kind of behind this foot, so that they can catch their balance back up. And we see right there, opponent kind of pivots open with this non-blocked leg, and then hops the attacked foot back in order to kind of stop Yazdani's motion, and is able to kind of shift his own weight back to square. And so what Yazdani does is kind of use this momentum and kind of reset this position. So the opponent commits really hard to turning chest back in and like pivoting their hips, and then Yazdani is just going to kind of reset his weight shift motion again as he attacks this knee one more time. So there's the weight shift, and opponent's really off balance here. We can see with his leg out here, decent post to defend knee pick. As the opponent gets shifted back, their leg comes straight down and their body is shifted outside, and that is just not ideal for holding good balance. So one more time, we see him start to drive. Opponent kind of defends, shifts weight back. Really nice adjustment to finish his knee pick. So here we're going to see kind of when Yazdani is shifting to the ankle or lower down the leg than the knee. Let's take a look at some of the things the opponent's doing that's causing this. So as Yazdani starts to attack with this elbow high, we see the opponent try to swim their arm back inside. Alright, so as he tries to swim his arm back inside, we're going to see Yazdani's hand drop down toward their hips to prevent the opponent from re-underhooking or getting something between Yazdani and himself. And then with his knee pick hand, we see as Yazdani drives, if he never blocks anything, the opponent's going to be able to continue to hop this foot back and out of the way. See, hop, hop. All right. Blocks knee. It starts to prevent this hop. But still, you might not get enough weight shifted to completely stop the opponent from either turning or hopping to defend. So we'll see Yazdani often slide his knee hand down lower on the leg, which will prevent the attacked leg foot from hopping out to the side. So we see it slide down, more on calf here, but still lower stops the mobility of the opponent's knee, so he can't keep hopping his foot out to the side. Here's another ankle pick. Opponent starts getting to the edge. We see this foot's continuing to hop. As they get close, opponent's going to try to start to circle off the edge. Yazdani just drops down, catches foot. This is kind of that angled pressure position. I believe it's the second video in the series where when the opponent starts to like circle in toward your hook, you can drop down, kind of seatbelt-ish, and pressure them out. Very similar, except this time Yazdani's attacking ankle and uses it to shift the opponent's weight with his underhook and shoulder outside their body. Pretty simple little takedown. Here we're going to see an adjustment when he drops an ankle pick and the opponent turns their body kind of open. So we see him get his hook. Starts to shift weight. Cross. Hand looking to attack ankle. As he does, the opponent's going to like turn hips open, kind of away from Yazdani. We see his hips went from facing towards to facing away. And then this just allows Yazdani to follow up with a double leg or something similar. This guy is able to kick out, ends up single leg, but this back and forth weight shift and finish option, we'll see him do it fairly often when he drops down to go for his ankle pick. So one more time, shift, weight this way, opponent tries to get weight back that way, and Yazdani's just going to follow in with his head back across to follow the defense the opponent's given. Here's a really good example of that same concept. See him shift down ankle pick and then shift back into like a double leg, ends up quad pod. But here we're gonna see slides off this attack, drops in to his hook, and he's immediately trying to shift the weight and hand coming to block. So it's at knee, right? And as it starts to be defended, we'll slide down. And what we're gonna see is the opponent swing their foot open back here to kind of get a post where Yazdani is trying to drive. All right. As his foot steps back, Yazdani is just going to slide his underhook hand either to hip or to leg, whatever, and follow back in with his head. He drives, re-penetrates with his inside knee, head starts to shift up, more double leg-ish, and he starts to drive across to finish his takedown or get a step out.